Tonight on Iconique Magazine, we are honored to welcome a designer whose work carries elegance, experience, faith, resilience, and undeniable presence. International fashion designer Van Miller, also known as Vanessa Henderson of Van Miller International. Van Miller is not simply a designer who creates garments, she creates moments. Her journey began with a dream that started as a young girl from Reedsville, North Carolina, sewing for family and friends, and later evolved to bridal design, couture, stage, film, runway, mentorship, and international recognition. She is described, Van Miller International, as a brand with purpose to make people feel beautiful, whether they are on the stage or in the audience. Her design philosophy is bold and memorable. She does not design to follow trends, she creates them. Her resume extends far beyond fashion. She has been recognized as a 3-time Designer of the Year, an International Platinum Costume Designer Award recipient, a AFA Fashion Forward Award honoree, and a Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. She has also worked in film, wardrobe, set design, media, mentorship, and community activism, making her not only a designer, but a creative force with a legacy mindset. Tonight, Iconique Magazine sits down with Van Miller to talk about fashion, faith, sacrifice, reinvention, womanhood, legacy, controversy, and what is truly the cost to build a name that lasts. Welcome, Miss Van Miller.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's definitely an honor.
I'm sorry.
It's definitely an honor to have you in our presence tonight. And so I wanted to just start out with just a few questions on this interview. And the first one is you said you do not design to trend, you create it. In today's fashion industry, do you think too many designers are copying what is already popular instead of creating original work?
I truly do. I do. For myself, I think that initially it came to me because I was in a church space and I'm from a small town and we only had one store. And on Sunday, you would see the same outfit 3 or 4 times. And so I think that I built a brand and a business on doing one-offs. You only see one of it, and so I've continued to do that to this day because everybody wants to be an individual. I want to be an individual. You want to be an individual, and then we have fast fashion. Fast fashion is really, really the space of the stores, the Temus and the Fashion Novas and Sheen. Where slow fashion is when the designer comes in. Slow fashion will last a long, long time. I have some pieces that I probably did over 20 years ago, and they're still relevant. So when we think about the fashion space, we need to think about ourselves individually. I've had some pieces that went to Vogue, and Vogue kept them for 10 years because they said that your designs and your fashion never goes out of style. And I still have those pieces to this day, and I could actually put it in a show or put it on a client right now, and nobody would know the difference. That is the difference in what it is that I do.
You know, I just wanted to say I'm really here to learn too.
Okay.
And so
Let's
even
pick.
what you just said, I mean, it's just so bold, and I'm learning as you're going too. I mean, this is amazing. And so, which leads to the next question: when people call themselves fashion designers but can't sew, sketch, construct, or understand fabric, do you consider that evolution in fashion or disrespect to the craft?
I think there's a disrespect to designers. Designers, so I have nothing against the designer when they go to a space and they take things out of a bag. But if you come to a runway space, you should be able to sew something
I
that is on
agree.
that runway.
Absolutely.
Something of that should be yours. So, I They do whatever they want to do. But, that's my thing. You've heard me tell the crowd that. I'm not going to bite that. I mean, I spent my money to go to school, and I expect everybody else to follow suit. I don't care what grandmother said. I don't care if you self-taught. I don't care about any of that.
Right. So those people that got T-shirts and they
Yeah,
get
t-shirt.
the, and
A
they
t-shirt is not
iron-ons
a
and stuff like that
designer.
and still call themselves a
Yeah, you
designer.
are not a designer.
Hey, we definitely got to make things clear, and that's what
right.
it's all about. So you started in bridal design and expanded into evening wear, ready to wear, film, and couture. Which lane truly reveals the soul of Van Miller the most?
Wow, I started in church.
Okay.
That's where I
Okay.
started. And church sort of moved me into the bridal space. Going into the bridal space, I found that we as a melanated people, we do not support. And that is one of the things that we see today. We never have learned how to support each other. There should always be some type of bartering. There should be something where you and I can work together, and it not be about money. It not be about me elevating or saying I'm better than you are, but to do what it is that we do. I'm here to elevate the craft, and I'm willing to serve to elevate that craft. But I find that a lot of people, they think that they know and they don't know, and they don't want to listen. So now my thing is to teach our young people how to build their own brand. And in building their own brand, it's not also about creating, it's about them learning who they really are. If we teach our young people to build their brand when it comes to them, then as they grow up and as an adult, then just like the space that we're in, I could truly tell that it's a brand in this space. So this is something that we should be teaching our young people as well, how to build their own brand. And what does your brand look like? And who inspired you to help you to get to that space? So that's where I am. I say that I want to leave empty because the graveyards are so full of people that had so many great things, and it's out there in the graveyard with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, but I do have a side question based on your answer about support. Do you believe that everybody is ready to be supported?
Well, I think that it's when they tell us it's something that's taught at home, I think that it's a thing. It depends on where you are, whether or not you were taught that you learned that. Some people are selfish and they don't even realize that they're selfish. They don't want to share, but what they have is not going anywhere. So you have to look at the whole entire picture. It still takes a village to raise whatever it is that we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So fashion has become very social media driven. Do you think Instagram fame has replaced real craftsmanship in the industry?
So, you know, I hosted the show Why Did I Become a Model? And I found out that there were so many Instagram models that thought that that was the space. And so designers are in the same fix. They think that, oh, I'm on Instagram and I got 10,000 followers, or I bought a blue check that creates and makes them who they are. You got to do the work. You have to do the work.
The work is important.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of people think that just because they have those high numbers, that makes them, credible.
Right.
That makes them professional. That makes them, and a lot of people live by that.
Yeah.
In spite of, their shortcomings.
Yeah, I tell the models, don't ever tell nobody you're an Instagram model, because where does that really take you? And what are you getting paid from that space? So,
Right.
Just be careful what you do, because you can really tag yourself and burn yourself. Once you're a black ball in a space, that goes with you everywhere. It doesn't leave you. I don't care how many checks you have. It's not going to leave you.
Now, you mentioned younger people a moment ago. Now, you built a career with longevity. What do you think younger designers misunderstand about sacrifice, patience, and paying dues?
They don't want to do that. We live in an instant society, and they want it today, and they don't care how they get it. So they just move forward, and this is what I know, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. And it does not matter what the other person or their fellow man is going through. They don't care. They just want what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Instant
Just yeah,
gratification.
instant gratification.
Yeah, don't want to
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah.
So you were spoken about financial struggle
Ooh.
and faith being part of your journey. Was there ever a moment when the dream almost broke you?
Oh yeah, several times.
Several times.
several
Okay.
several times the dream broke me. Um, I was actually, and I could be honest because I'm a transparent person. I was married for like 26 years, and my ex-husband always felt that it wasn't a real job. You know, he would always say, you need to get a real job. You need to get a real job." But there came a time I had a bridal salon, a full service bridal salon on the corner of Main Street in our city, and he just kept going on and on and on. And I'm like, I would go get. He would say, "You need to get a job." I would go get a full-time job, and would have a business. And so I did. We had a building put out on the property, and then that was still an issue. And I was finishing up a wedding one day, and I said, "You know what? This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare."
Wow.
And I came out of that building, and I never went back in about 2 years turn the knob to go back to it. I also said that by the age of 50, if I had not gotten to where it was that I wanted to be, that I was going to get rid of all the fabric, all the machines, and I wasn't going to look back on it. But my faith has not allowed me to be able to do that. I continue, and I've learned that you have to be patient in whatever it is that your endeavors are. You got to be patient with it, because it may not come today, it may not come 10 years, it may not come 20 years, but how patient are you with what it is? And you know, I have people to say, "Oh, but you haven't been in a store and you haven't been," but I am a successful person. You know, and a lot of people never get to the space that I'm in. You know, I have some high-end people that I work with, and you know, I'm a very quiet person. I love to be home. I don't care about all the hoopla and everything that's going on, but I'm very successful at what it is that I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so you mentioned instant gratification. Now you worked across fashion, stage, film, and media.
Yeah.
Do you feel Black women, creatives, are most often expected to be everything at once just to be taken seriously?
I don't think so. But I think you have to know what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're talking about. That's the most important thing. I say, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know what is expected of me, and I know that how I want people to see me when I come into the space. I don't deal well with people that put up facades or liars, or say, "Oh, I'm doing this," and you don't do that, because we see so much of that in the industries across all platforms, not only in fashion, but a lot of platforms. And women are expected to, for the most part, to excel and do better than our male counterparts. And so when you better come with your 125. You better be strong enough to stand on your own, and you need to know all the parts, all the moving parts, not just one part. I can say, for example, I work in television and film. Most of the time I wardrobe, but I've taken a master class to be a film producer. I've slated on sets. I've acted on sets, and I know a little bit about sound on the set. I've written some. I did a stage play of my own, and currently I'm actually directing a project. But all of this comes from being in the space and getting people to know who you are and what you're about and what it is that you're going to do and where it is that you want to go. All part of the dream. And that's why I always say, never let nobody take your dream away. No matter how small or how big, never let someone take your dream away.
Now, you just mentioned space, being in your space. The fashion world praises diversity, but still often rewards the same body types,
Jesus.
faces, and social circles. Do you believe the industry is truly inclusive, or is it performative?
Well, if I had to say right now, I would say that the African designer is out designing us. The U.S., we feel that we have what it is that we need, but I watched that African designer. Their stuff is amazing. It's just so neat. Um, they come in and they are so in tune with what it is that they're doing. Um, we, on the other hand, let me do something fast. Let me get it out there. Let me see how much money I can get from it, and we move on from it. Going to design school, one of the things we were taught was that if you are doing something and it is successful, do not change. Wear it till it is stopped. Don't just, oh, we just jump, oh, I'm making this year, I'm making this, I'm gonna jump to a shirt, I'm making shoes, I'm doing jewelry. Stick to what it is that you are good at.
So you're gonna be 50 in 2 years, right? So you're 48 now, right?
What?
Uh,
I will be 68 years old.
68.
Yes, I'll be
Wow,
68 years old
68.
in June, and I'm excited. I still get up every day. I get up every day at 4 o'clock, 7 days a week. Whether I get up and go out, it gives me time to just lie and think about what it is. Think about some of the things that I have on my cutting table. Think about what part of the market can I tap in and bring some new things to. So,
Right,
you can't always think on your feet,
right.
and
So some people say age can make women invisible in fashion. You've proven the opposite. How do you respond to an industry that often worships youth, but depends on experience? You hear that
well,
last part? Often worships youth, the young folks,
yeah,
but always depend on experience from
wow.
people like yourself.
Yeah. Well, I like sometimes you can get discouraged when you go out to do shows because I've seen younger designers come into the space and the crowd like buys from them, buys from them, buys from them, and I'm just like, it's not design. It's just something that they put together, but they don't want quality. And so Van Miller International has been around a long, long time. And so for me, I am looking at myself to see how I can transcend and go into a space where, go into the space where I can compete in that market.
Okay. Um, so, as a designer, mentor, and creative professional, how do you handle people who want to access, who want access to your knowledge, but don't respect your time, pricing, or experience?
Okay, I've had to learn how to say hell no.
Hell no.
I've had to learn how to say that because I truly was a yes person. I think that most of my life I've been that yes person, and in 26 I am learning to live in front of my life. And living in front of my life, it means that you got to learn to say no to some of the things. I used to run and go and do this and do that and at my age, I don't see any of those people coming to say anything or to help, or all they want to know is what do you have to give them. So you truly have to learn when to say no to people.
Okay, we just got a few more questions. You have received major recognition and awards. Which honor meant the most to you, and which one confirmed that your work was bigger than just clothing? Take your
Wow.
time. I know it's a lot.
Well, if I had to look back on all of them, it would be because at the age of 43, I went to design school and I lived in the dorms for 2 years with three 18-year-old roommates. From that, I learned to uh, live life in reverse. That's part of keeping a dream, because even though I was married young, I got married at 17, raised three children. At 43, I came back to school to do what it is that I truly wanted to do. Um, and I think that the 2 years that I was there, I spent time. I had an award for everything that the school had to give. Um, I spent time learning our young people. I found out, having sent 3 children to college myself, that as melanated parents, we think that our children, when they turn 18, that they're grown. They're not. They still need their parents. So I feel that the most important award that I've won is not for even designing. It was the students voted me the outstanding student of the year. I feel that they received me enough and were receptive of me enough to put me in that space. And so I feel that that is one of the reasons I have such a young spirit. And I see young people, even at my church. I'm the church mother, and we have a young church. So I think that it keeps you young, it keeps you on your feet. It always keeps you studying to see what is going on with our young people.
Okay. Now, if you could challenge one lie that the fashion industry tells designers, models, or consumers, what would that lie be?
That you're gonna get rich doing it. No, never. That would be it.
Okay. So when history looks back at Van Miller International,
Wow.
what do you want it to say? That you designed beautiful clothes, or that you changed how people felt about themselves?
That it changed how people felt about themselves. That you can always stand the test of time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful interview, Van Miller.
Thank you for having me.
This has definitely been an honor, and we look forward to seeing some of your beautiful creations on the runway coming up. You have a show coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that briefly.
It is called the Heart of Fashion. It will be May 8th at the hall at 7:30, and we've chosen. We have 5 designers now. We pulled a male designer, but we've taken designers from around the area that want to see something different about what is going on in the fashion space. And so we actually have some everyday people that are going to come and get on the runway. It may have been their dream. So I want them to have that night to have their dream. And then also, Iconic is honoring me by allowing me to be on the cover. So I'm so excited about that as well. And we're going to have a full house. And our show, VIP, they pay. But the rest of the people are coming in free. And we have vendors that will be there. I have my own alcohol brand that will be being served in the building. And we have a chef, a pastry chef, and a chef that are going to come be there to feed. And so we're just excited about haven't did a show in a long time, but I want people to know what the history of fashion really is about from all platforms, because we have a little bit of everything coming in the space. And so I'm really, really, really excited about this week. I'm telling everybody, better come in the building before it's too late, because I think it's going to be filled. It's going to be videoed, and so I have a project that is called Married to Fashion Atlanta. I'm actually one of the designers of that. They're going to be in the house. We have some performers that are going to be in the house as well. And we're going to talk about sickle cell. June is sickle cell month, and so we're going to have someone come and talk about that, because a lot of us really don't understand the severity of it and what it really means to the melanated people. So we're just excited.
All righty.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.